Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on another episode at M&A Ambassadors, Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional. Now, in the last two episodes, we looked at two types of buyers and sellers. We looked at the left brain type of buyers and sellers. And the first one we saw was the challenger. And the challenger sits here, which is front brain and left brain. So it was logic and aggression. And then we saw the organizer type of buyer who sits on the left brain but at the back brain down here. So low on aggression but very high on detail, organization and planning. Today we will shift to the right brain. Now the right brain is all about people, relationships, fluidity, subjectivity. Not very rigid, not in control. So the one I would like to introduce you today is called the engager. And the engager comes in this part of the brain. So we're talking of front brain and right brain. So we're talking of emotions here, this side being logic on the left brain. So we're going to talk now about a buyer or a seller who, by the name itself, by the definition, engager loves to engage. They connect with people, they build relationship, they love long conversations, they like the eye-to-eye contact. So these are the type of buyers who, because they are relationship driven, they are not impressed with plans, clock, timing, facts, data, proof. That is not what excites them when they are making a buying decision. What excites them is you connecting with me. Use my name, good eye contact, build relationship and rapport. Be friendly in your approach. Make it casual. It doesn't have to be formal, rigid and structured. Not for me. You could do that with somebody else, but not with me. So this type of a buyer or a seller loves to engage because they are high on emotions and relationship, but at the same time, they are aggressive. Now what that means is they tend to talk a lot. They will speak fast, they will want to take control, they are high risk taking, very emotional, so it's almost like a ticking time bomb. That's what you will find with these people. The conversations will all be around themselves. Both the challenger and the engager have big egos. The difference is the ego is satisfied for the challenger through achievements, being number one, getting the best results, being the most effective. With the engager, it's all about them, their lifestyle, what they have done in their life. They believe they are the center of the universe. These are the kind of people who would come into a party and say, I'm here, and then they expect the whole party revolves around them. So what would you see as characteristic behavior from the engager? They will not like plan, order, structure. They're not good on timekeeping. They forget things very quickly. Attention to detail is not there. They are big picture, imaginary, visual kind of people. They are creative, conceptual, idea driven. They get excited by what is new and exciting, what is amazing. I don't like what's normal and what's boring. They also don't have any structure and organized way of doing things. So be prepared to have this kind of a buyer or seller randomly jump from one question to another question, and they are not even connected. They will hold multiple thoughts in their head at the same time, but they can pay attention to everything that's going on. Now, who has a problem working with the engager, buyer or seller? It is the organizer. Because the organizer likes to go 1, 2, 2.1, 2.2. He has a plan, a structure, a high attention to detail. He's also slow and thoughtful with what he does. However, the engagers 1.5, Dubai, purple, alligator, he goes randomly into what he's doing. And he wants it to be high energy, exciting. Don't give me 1, 2, 2.1, 2.2. Structure is not important. Excitement is important. I need to feel good about you, feel good about the conversation. And I want it to be so casual and inclusive. I want you to be part of the conversation. Most of the decisions, when they make it, it will be on very subjective details. The vague details. For example, if you told them this villa really works for you because a lot of families are buying this right now, families like yours, they're convinced with that. Or you could tell them that most of the communities in Dubai today offer these services. They're okay with that. Not the left brain. The left brain is always specific. With them, you'd have to say 7 out of every 10 communities in Dubai provides these features. Or you'd have to say 80% of the families that are considering communities are looking at this particular one. You see the difference? With the left brain, you have to go specific with actual numbers. With the right brain, you can be vague and generic. That's what they like. You'll also notice when you ask them questions, you will never get a straight, direct answer. The sentences will be long. It will be very, very expressive. The answer will come, but you'll have to stay with the person in the conversation and you will eventually get the answer. Now, one point to keep in mind with the engagers. They're exciting, impressionable people. So they're very, very friendly. It doesn't mean that they have got your trust. It simply means I naturally engage with people. So if you want to keep that trust, you need to stay light and open and be flexible in your approach with them. If you have a 45-minute meeting, they'll probably speak 35 minutes in that meeting. Of that 35 minutes, 70% of that time will be on things that are not even related to the sale. But it doesn't matter. They like you because you are engaging with them and you are actually accommodating everything they're saying. Because they don't have attention to detail, because they are relationship driven, at the end of all that long-winded conversations, they're probably going to tell you, okay, if you were buying, which one would you go for? All you had to do is say, if I was buying, in fact, most of the buyers, people like you in this community, they would do this. And they go along with that. 2 things to keep in mind with them. The first, never interrupt. They love talking. They love the sound of their own voice. The fastest way to shut down on an engager is to interrupt them when they're in flow. Be patient, bite your lips. I know you want to get on with your presentation, but the moment you start to bring your structure and numbers into it, they are going to lose their patience. So keep that in mind. And one more thing, keep in mind, because they're emotional buyers, you'll have to in some way manage the buyer's remorse, the feelings of doubt that tend to come very quickly with them when they have made the decision. I want to thank you for your time with us on this episode of M&A Ambassadors, Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional.